Hello, collective. We're gonna jump into another reading. We're gonna see what's going on. The so I'm not gonna spoil too much about it, but if you are seeing this before Halloween of 2024, I'm gonna put a time on it just so you know about when. We're gonna have a different type of reading, just a completely different energy. So get ready for that. Regardless, we're gonna jump into this reading and we're gonna see what's going on in the energy. And we're doing this a little bit different. Saturn energy is going to come out though. So this is something to do with karma of something that man has made that is being destroyed by time because time is up. That's all karma is. Saturn. You can look at Saturn, learn everything from Saturn because fortunately we are governed by Saturn. So just understanding that. So anyway, let's go see what the divine has to say. We have the Seven of Swords and the Tower. So with the Seven of Swords to the Tower, there is something. I don't know. Did I leave something behind? It's the energy that's coming off of these cards. Did I forget something? What's going on about this? Did I forget something? Energy, spirit. Did I forget something with death reverse coming out as well? Did you forget to change something? Are you still going through metamorphosis, or did you forget that you never stop? Is there, I feel like there's this exhaustion energy because you yourself have set up these internal barriers saying, no, this is what's going to happen. I want it to happen this way. And with death reverse, with the Tower followed by death reverse, I'm just getting this energy where you're finally just like, you know what? Maybe there's another way. Because I'm getting like this surrender energy, like this Tower, yeah, with the Six of Swords. It's like you've been going down this path for such a long time, and now you're like, you know what? Like, maybe it's not the path. Maybe it's just my mentality. It's really kind of how it's coming through. Am I really perceiving things clearly, or am I allowing things that man has told me to kind of like disrupt myself? Which is why it's so important to develop your own personal relationship with the divine. I mean, the fact that you're even able to resonate with readings that tell you what's going on shows that the creator is wanting some sort of relationship with you, but maybe you're just not ready for that yet. Maybe you think that you're not ready for it and you keep going down these paths and nothing's really changing. It's because, well, the divine wants you to work with it more. There's a better way to do these things. I mean, get pendulums, get cards, get your own cards, make your own cards. Get a coin for simple yes and no. You know, there are so many ways to connect with the divine. In fact, there's infinite amount of ways. You just got to pick and choose. And it feels like you are just not able to pick and choose. And it's because it's so difficult. Maybe you're not used to having control. And this is even giving like, I don't know if I should do this. Like, what do you recommend? But what do you feel like you should do? This is the energy of, and this is a two-way street because I'm picking it up two ways. This is either someone who comes to you and is like, I don't know, what do you think? And you want to just tell them, what do you think? Because it's one of those things that you're not changing about yourself that you should change. Or this is just you thinking, I don't know, what should I do? Regardless, you are in hesitation because you don't know what to do. Whether this is to tell someone something or for you to take your own action, I don't know. But you're going to make this decision once you become harmonious. I feel like sleep, resting, being able to think that you can, because right then and there is Cain and Abel. You can look it up on the 9, and then the blanket has every zodiac. So you have all these choices. It came in reverse. So you're coming out of this, I I'm hearing I think I can. I'm hearing the little tank ain't engine that could. And it's because so much stuff has gone wrong around you that now you're fighting. And the 501s come up again with this Saturn energy. I believe it's Leo. I don't remember off that. It doesn't matter. But you're in this fire energy. You're fired up. Well, then I say Leo, then there's the Queen. Well, there's just a lot of fire energy, so pay attention to your solar plexus, your sacral. They could be getting lit the fuck up. But there's a lot of issues that are happening externally right now that is causing you to like fight yourself. And you're fighting. So I don't know if y'all have ever played. I'm gonna talk about a game for a minute, so just deal with it. Super Mario Sunshine, where they arrive at the island off the plane and there's that mucky Mario running around that Bowser Jr. made with his fucking paintbrush. That's what's going on. You are arriving into your new land. 10 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. And you can't move forward because you need to walk away. I'm telling you, listen, the divine put some crazy stuff on my mom, but I'm never wrong. Okay? This is what it is. That mucky version of yourself, that past version of yourself that is going around causing mayhem in this beautiful land. You're like, oh, I have to clean all this up. First of all, you don't got to clean shit up because all you have to do is focus on yourself. I'm staring heavily at the Magician on this card, on the back of this deck. It's sticking out like a sore thumb. Like, you need to use your paintbrush because you got one too. Okay, that's the one thing that it didn't happen in the game. You know what I mean? Mario just had the little jetpack full of water. You got your own paintbrush though. It's like you're fighting Doodle Bob, and you got the pencil now, but you're still scared of Doodle Bob. You're still scared to erase your past. And it's not erasing your past per se, but it's getting rid of those past matrices and thought patterns that you used to have, these past ways of being, this past way of thinking of, oh, this isn't gonna work, or mana mana mara me ma moo, you know what I mean? Like those past ways of, oh, I can't do this because let me make up an excuse to please myself, so I have a reason not to do it, because all an excuse isn't a reason not to do something. The excuse is just a reason, you know, whether you want to think of it as a high vibration or a low vibration does not matter. You just got to come to union with yourself, and that's what the divine's trying to do. You might not even realize how tapped in you are to things, and it's because you've been surrounded by self-doubt your entire life. But now that you're by yourself, and it's like this isolation period as well, is kind of putting you in this, but I want to be around people. Well, when you're around people, you're not who you are. You miss your old version of yourself. Just be honest with yourself. You miss that old version of yourself. Gotta be honest. Release those emotions. The reason why you're stuck in these cycles is because you're not releasing how you actually feel. You're putting over a mask and being like, oh, it's something else. It's something else. No, it's literally you're missing this past version of yourself that you no longer are. And you can't escape it. There's nothing you can do to get around it. And that's really bothersome to you because you really want to be... Oh my God, here it is. Well, what do you want to be? Create yourself. I'm telling you, this is the divine telling you that whatever you're going through is a time to create yourself again. You're not seeing it the way the divine is. You're seeing it with your right eye. So pluck that shit out and start seeing things with your left eye. Stop seeing things on the physical material, because a lot of people do, and those people are blind as fuck. Start seeing things spiritually. You're a spiritual person. Get with the program. You can't be pleasing two gods. You know what I mean? There is physical within the spiritual, and there are layers to the spiritual that coincide with the physical. And with your spiritual coming out, you will be elevated to new physicals, because that is just how it goes. You got a kingdom in the spiritual, bitch, you got a kingdom on the physical. But until you match that vibration on the physical, that thing's only going to be spiritual. And that's the thing. You got the magic. You got all the tools. You got everything you need to drag it down. That's literally what this card is doing. Dragging those roses from above and putting the floral on the ground. You got everything you got. You got the lemniscat. You got the gold. You're sacrificing thought consciousness, which is red for what the truth is, which is the white. And you out there doing your thing. But for some reason, you just aren't drawing. And it might be because you got a million ideas that you want to do at once. Pick one. You are meant to do all those things. You are meant to do bits and pieces of those things. You are not meant to sit there and focus on the big picture the whole time and be like, I can do all of this. Yes, you can, but pick one. And that one path will lead you down to everything else that you need to go through, because you're putting too much on your plate. With the Empress reverse, you're unable to handle all that. And it's, yeah, you got so much energy and you're holding on to it. And this is what happens when you hold on to energy. When you're like, oh, I could do all these things. Yeah, well, why are you holding on to it? You could have had so much more, but you keep holding on to it. And you're like, oh, I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. Well, you wouldn't receive the energy if you weren't ready. That's the truth of the matter. You're just not seeing yourself as who you are. You're not seeing yourself as someone that can take these leaps and bounds and make these movements to free yourself, to set yourself free, to truly be where you need to be. With the moon and the Seven of Cups reverse, yeah, dig into your subconscious. Before you make any move, and just talk to yourself. Don't even pick any of these things, because at this time with the Seven of Cups reverse, everything that's there is just going to waste your time. Everything that's popping up is just to get your attention. What you need to do is focus on your inner calling. Focus on what's calling you the most. And it's one specific thing. Trust me, it is. Your conscious mind, your rational mind, this little thing right here, the right side of your body, wants to rationalize it. And when it's a ration, it's split, it's quartered. It's the same thing. It splits it up into a million different things. Oh, I could do this with all that too. Pick one. What is the main thing that you're wanting to do? And then let the trickle down effect happen. That's how you're going to be able to nurture yourself, because right now you're not meant to fucking juggle, because you're not good at juggling right now. You're dropping everything. You got to drop everything, because you got to figure out what you actually want to pick up. What do you actually want to do? Right now might not be the best time to do something. There are seasons and cycles for everything. And when you figure that out, then you're going to be able to move forward with that divine energy. You're going to be able to transmute it from the spiritual to the physical. But until then, it's all going to be spiritual. Until then, it's all going to be swords. It's all going to be in your mind. You're going to not be able to sleep well because of it. You're not going to be able to, you're going to have insomnia. And insomnia is just caused by a disruption within yourself. It's a disagreement within your body that you're unable to shush away. And again, it comes from you nurturing yourself, nurturing these thoughts, and not allowing these thoughts to rule your mind, but allowing yourself to co-create with them. Because right now they're ruling over yourself, which is why you don't got the key to the car that you want. But you're more than able to have it. You have access to it, but you need to be very specific with what you want. You have to be straightforward. You can't be wishy-washy with it. You must be, I heard the word advantageous. Okay, Charles. But go out, like, do what you need to do. I mean, here it is with Saturn, baby. I'm telling you, it's all about Saturn right now. It's about those lessons, that discipline, get with the program type energy. What you're creating, those thoughts are going to destroy man. And what is man? Mental. And what is the mental realm? The mental realm is the physical realm. Because it happens in the mental, then in the physical. Whatever you think will come to fruition. Whatever man desires with their thoughts, nature will compromise and give. But at the same time, nature will destroy that same thing within time. That's why it's important to get that spiritual practice up. So learn. What lessons have you not been learning? What have you been slacking on? What is the thing that is holding you back the most at this time? And fix it. Because I'm telling you, that's where you're going to get your blessings. Dun, 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 dun. You might be needing to get a new job. This could be about your mission, your pathway, your spiritual mission, whatever. But you have learned a lot of lessons on this mission, on this path you've been on. And you know that you're more deserving than to get these blessings. But there's some sort of job or mission or pathway that you're not taking. And it's because you got a jumbled up mind and you want to do all these things at once, when you just need to do one thing. And that one thing is the one thing that keeps coming up to you constantly over and over again, but you feel like you need someone else's help. You don't need no one's help. You need your own help. Okay? You're going to save yourself. The divine's giving you the energy. All you got to do is use it. And you can't depend on other people if you can't depend on yourself. Yeah, of course, there's projects that require other people, but what can you do right now to start that stuff up? What can you be doing? Building up confidence skills, building up knowledge, building up wisdom, intellect. What could you actually be doing for yourself to help this stuff come in quicker, to help this stuff actually smooth the flow and go the way that it wants to go, the way that you desire it to go, the way that the divine's giving it to you to go? Because there's a lot of victory and success in what you're about to do. But again, there's something about man trying to fight you for this. Something about you fighting yourself because you're fighting a past version of yourself that's like, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. When you know for a fact that you've outgrown these ways of thinking, but you still almost entertain them. I'm telling you, baby, it's about Mercury too. Thoughts, communication, the mental realm. You got to leave it behind with the Fool mirror, because it's literally reflecting. Your life is reflecting where you're supposed to be at. If you cannot be at where you're at in the physical and contain and maintain a high vibrational, emotional, or physical to the best of your ability, then that's what the divine is trying to show you, is you are not matching the vibration of where you're supposed to be at. Now, does that mean you're not going to get where you need to get? No, because you're getting those feelings for a reason, and the divine's warning you about this in the first place, so you will get to where you're supposed to be getting. But when will you take that accountability is the question. I don't know, because right now you're just mirroring things that, I mean, that's the contract that you have. Look for the science. I'm telling you, look for the knowledge, get the info, like get your knowledge up. Look for the signs. This is your sign to start getting that education that you need to get. Read in between the lines. Stop taking things as face value bullshit, because people just talk face value. Words have deeper meanings than people like to think. And of course, I always teach that stuff here. I always do. I always teach all. There's the look up the etymological, look up the etymology of words. Read in the context. We got context. We got clues. We got all these things. Discernment. We have all these abilities. Know that there is something bigger and better out there for you. And the only reason why it's getting harder on the physical is because the physical is collapsing and you're becoming more spiritual. And for the spiritual to bring what it needs to bring to the physical, it must erase. It must destroy what you have built on the past to bring in the new. But you got to go through it. You have to go through it on the physical. If you're wanting a physical outcome, you got to go through it on the physical. You want the spiritual outcome, go through it on the spiritual. You want an emotional outcome, go through it on the emotional. But you have to go through it in order to be changed by it. A diamond is not going to turn into a diamond by itself, by people looking at it and going, well, maybe one day when we are able to all be that consciously aware of who we are, then maybe we could stare at a rock and tell it that you are condensed enough to become a diamond, and then see a diamond appear. But until then, we got to go through it, okay? And that's something that people don't like to hear. I don't want to go through it. I want to close my eyes and wake up the next morning. Well, here's the thing. You're being driven through this storm with your Merkaba, with spirit. You are safe. So you just need to stay grounded. Root chakra work. Because I'm telling you, you are safe. You are secure. You are comfort. You got everything you need. But your mental is not okay. You're worried about the emotional a lot, but where does that emotional come from? Let me be real with you, the mental. Because the heart is not emotional. The heart is feeling. The heart is not emotions. Anyone that will tell you the heart is emotional, it's because they act very emotional. They don't have stability at all. They don't understand what their heart is. They think it's something. They think it's what they call it, a pump. It's a valve. Your lungs are pumps. Okay, let's get real. But it's about your heart. Your heart is the feelings. You feel with the heart. An emotion is energy in motion. And how does it become in motion? Has to hit the thoughts. That's why in the tarot, that's why it's there, because all it talks about is the human experience. Y'all, I'm getting itchy all over my left side, I'm telling you, and it's all up on my face. That's like crown chakra, third eye, a little bit of throat because it's near my mouth. I'm telling you right now the full-on truth that you need to hear and listen to at this time, because listen, it's going to set you free. Okay, it doesn't matter what the physical looks like, it matters what you feel like. Okay, everything at the smallest frequency is moving. Everything's liquid, baby. Because a liquid is a solid and a liquid is a gas. That's why it's in the middle. It's both realms. And then you got the coagulation that happens. You know what I mean? It's in between realms. We're spirit. We're able to flow through like that. So really allow yourself to... Y'all listening to what I'm saying? Y'all want help? You come to the right place. I'm here to break this down. Look, your ancestors are even here watching over you. Your ancestors want you to know that you are guided, you are okay, to look out for the signs, for feathers, for whatever you got to do. They are here with you. They ain't gonna let no one touch you. They ain't letting no one do anything to you. But if you don't help yourself in that regard of fixing the mental and not worrying about the emotional, because it has nothing to do with the emotion, it has all to do with the mental. If your mental was good, then that feeling would not have turned into the emotion that it was. You would have just accepted it for what it is. Yeah, something happened on the external. I could have done better. I know I could have, but it's okay because I didn't have the energy for it. XYZ. Let me go on with the path that I have. Passive resistance.